Tracking, like I said, it's probably one of the most important things. I'd even rate tracking above verbal strength and this bravery in a conversation, because tracking allows you to build a roadmap. So to build a roadmap to a massive amount of success, and we've been super duper blessed to do 700-800 loans a year, over $200 million as a team, consistently year after year after year. And the biggest thing you want to understand about that is you've got to get buy-in from your team. So you could be a $25 million producer wanting to hire a loan officer assistant. You could be a $500 million team wanting to hire 50 assistants, whatever it is. Doesn't matter where you are in your business, but where it matters is you got to get buy-in from your team. So why is buy-in more important than anything at all? Because you're not a one-person army. You're not a one-man army. You're not a one-woman army. And you want to structure it to where you're receiving their buy-in. If you don't get their buy-in, they're going to do minimal work, not maximum work. And when you've got your back turned, they're not going to fulfill the task or job of the best thing. And that's where the ownership comes in the relationship as a loan officer, as a teammate, and a mentor in that stage. So there's two major things I want to go over that really propel their team forward. One, my team learns with me and I learned with them. Unfortunately, earlier in my mortgage career, I would go to a seminar, learn everything, and come back to my team and say, hey, great news, I learned da-da-da, and this is what I learned, let's tackle it. The unfortunate thing is that I don't know, it was like, I come back, I'm so excited, so pumped up, and they still didn't have buy-in. When I started bringing them with me and going to seminars with me, if it's mastermind seminars, webinars, whatever it is, we started learning together. And as we learned together, they got buy-in when I got buy-in. And a lot of the times they got more buy-in than when I got the buy-in. So what I want you to keep in mind is the more that you empower your team around you and they gain the same knowledge and wisdom that you have, the more bought in that you guys will be as a team. Secondly is we did a mastermind weekly around either script practice or verbal strength or realtor engagement or whatever they were struggling with. So we did a mastermind weekly as a team. Whatever they wanted to come in and talk about is what I taught. And then also we read a book a month together. So let's think about that. We go to seminars together. We do book clubs together on a monthly basis. And we do weekly one-on-one masterminds with understanding what they want to work on and coaching around that. We've become a learning-based team, so it made it so much easier when I bring up tracking, because they went to the same seminar, read the same book that I did around tracking, at the same ahas. They had so much more buy-in in the tracking, and the more we tracked, the more that we measured, the more that we improved. I really hope you get that. That's a synergy I want to see built with your team. A great team is built, not bought. And the reason I bring that up is, well, at least that was my journey. You might be able to buy a team and go win the Super Bowl. If you can do that, great. I failed at that consistently. What I mean by that is when I bought a team instead of built a team, was me going and hiring these great talents, these great superstars, these great this, great that. And I was trying to get these great people on the team to make us great, but the rest of the team didn't have buy-in because they didn't feel the same kind of appreciation, love, and excitement that I did for that teammate. Number one. Number two, what I also learned, doesn't matter what kind of rock star out there, if you buy a teammate that bring him in, at the end of the day, they're going to have bad habits. They're going to have things that they disagree with, and they think they're so great, and you praise them so much that they're so great that it makes it really difficult for them to understand, okay, there's things that I can improve on. They've got to be coachable. An amazing book that I read is called The Ideal Team Player. It talks about there's three things that you look for in a teammate. Someone that is hungry, someone's humble, and someone that's smart. Smart means emotional smart, so emotional intelligence. They've got to be self-aware that they've got to be able to improve. What's allowed us to build a culture around your opportunities, your responsibility. Each one of my teammates understand that their opportunity is their responsibility. Simple as that, and that's something I'd love to see you adopt for your team also. Where I feel most leaders really struggle is they hire talented or skilled people to then tell them what to do. So what I mean by that is, as you're building up your team, you're building a team like I did, not buying a team, and they're growing to that next level. Once they've hit a certain standard, you've got to give them the independence to top grade your world. What I mean by that is, my team top graded our manual, made it better as they went through the manual. My team turned around and top graded our scripts as they learned to get more verbally strong. My team went through and top graded our technologies as they learned to make things more automated and more technologies came out. My team went through and top graded our model and our systems because they learned to be more efficient in the process. Let your team have an imagination. Give your team the ability to be able to dream what's possible and help them bring it to life. When they do that, and you do that, they've got so much ownership in what they're trying to build with you that they won't want to go anywhere. The worst thing I see a loss of momentum is bringing a teammate from here, building them up here, and they leave and they go do their own thing. That only happens because they don't have the freedom to be themselves, and you as a leader have not empowered them to use their creativity and not empowered them to give them the independence to be able to bring to life what they're imagining is possible. Now, I'm not saying have like fairy dust and butterflies running around, but if they've got ideas, let them share their ideas and let them go explore a path to bring their ideas to the table. Then you're gonna have so much more buy-in. I'll tell you a quick story, kind of understand. I'm referenced as the green guy. And I got that reference back in like 2014. I golf. So it was 18th hole, it was a big money game at the club, and I 4-putted from like 6 feet. And I was 18th hole, and there's a lake to the right. I tomahawked my putter into the lake. And my wife made me this logo of a Hulk, and with the Hulk and holding a putter in their hand, all like, jacked up with muscles on top of muscles. I keep that on my phone, and I look at that occasionally because it reminds me of when I lose control. I say that because I'm not perfect. There's plenty of mistakes, and that green guy, is a joke my team has, is that green guy comes out from time to time. When that green guy comes out, they understand how to disarm me. Wally, we're on the same team, but factually you're incorrect, and let me show you how. What am I supposed to say back? No, we're not on the same team, and no, I'm right and you're wrong. Okay, I sound like a Yahoo. So as I've learned to grow leaders on my team and be a leader of leaders, not a leader of followers, they've been able to turn back and keeps us in a factual conversation. But if you don't learn how to track and you haven't focused on tracking, you're never going to be able to have a factual conversation. You're always going to have emotional conversations with your team. So I've told you all the great things how to build a team. However, you've seen Jurassic Park, right? So I feel like I've built a team of velociraptors. Yeah, I call them velociraptors, but they're so verbally strong and they're so great verbal finesse, and they've got a lot of wisdom and understand how to get around conversations extremely well. And they've learned to checkmate me over the years. And I see myself as T-Rex with my little arms. And the challenge is T-Rex is much bigger than all of them, obviously being the leader of the team, but I've got these little arms. But the velociraptors, all three of them together, can beat up T-Rex. The point I'm trying to help you understand is it's okay for you to be proven wrong as a leader so your team can take that next step. The moment you try to hold on to your team and keep them confined and not able to grow and not be able to have that independence, unfortunately, the sooner you get your resignation letter and they move on. What I've learned is to be a great leader, you've got to be patient and you've got to trust. You've got to trust that you can get their buy-in so you all can grow together. With that being said, I hope at the end of this mastermind that we've gone through, and you've read the book and you've gone to the workshop, I really hope you understand now the importance in tracking, and you're bought in to track.